Hello, this is Lisa from Happy Stamp, and today we are going to be making this little nugget holder. I had shown this one in my last video and told you that I was going to make a Christmas version. So this is the Christmas version that I am making. It holds 4 Hershey nuggets that I have decorated with some designer series paper. So I am going to get right into it here. You can find this download. What did I do with it? Right here. It's called 3D Thursday Free PDF or Free Project Sheet, and it's made by Twyla Davis. So you can go to her website, which is stampalittlelelonger.blogspot.com, in case you want to get this PDF. It's got all the written instructions for you along with detailed pictures. So if you... I'm going to give you the measurements because this is not like something that you have to buy or anything. If it was something that, you know, you had to purchase, then I wouldn't do that because that wouldn't be fair to her. But, yeah, since it's not, I'm going to go ahead and show it. So, okay, let's move these over here. You're going to need a piece of garden green, and this measures 9 3/4 by 3.5, so you're going to be able to get 2 out of 1 sheet of cardstock. You're going to need a scrap of garden green, and let's see, I am using the Reindeer Fun Designer Series paper. All right, so let me just give you the pieces real quick. So these, you're going to need 3 that are 1 inch by 3 inch, and these are to wrap the nuggets in. Now, if you have a directional paper, you're going to want to cut this accordingly so that your lights are, excuse me, not upside down. Sorry. All right, so you're going to need 2 that are 1 13/16 high, and then, no, they're 1 13/16 wide by 2 inches high. So you're going to need 2 of those, and then you're going to need a piece of the same pattern, or you could do a bit different pattern if you wanted to, and this is 3/4 by 6 3/4. All right, so I'm going to get out my Simply Scored, and on the long side, so the 9 3/4 inch side, you are going to score at 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 3 1/4, 4 1/2, 6 1/2, 7 1/8, and 9 1/8. And then on the short side, so on the 3 1/2 inch side, you're going to score at 1 1/4 and 2 1/4. All right, so that is it for the scoring. All right, so I am going to fold and burnish on all of the score lines. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I keep having a little tickle in my throat. Needed to get a drink of water. Sorry about that. All right, so we're gonna fold and burnish on all of the score lines. I hope everyone had a very happy Thanksgiving. We sure did. We were at my sister's with our family, and it was wonderful. All right, so with the 1/2 inch, I think this is a 1/2 inch. Well, it's about 3/8. So with the 3/8 inch, whatever this is called, smaller rectangles on this side, on the left-hand side, we are going to cut off 1, 2, 3 of these rectangles at the top. So we can cut all of these off. Just these 3 here. And I'm cutting right down the middle of the score line, or trying as best as I can. All right. And then these, so there's 1, 2, 3. We are going to cut down to the first score line. And then on the squares, these 2 squares, not the rectangles, but on the squares, I'm just going to cut out a little notch on each side, a little miter on each side. But just on the squares, not on the rectangles. So I did turn that around. All right, so just like this. And now along the bottom, this is the bottom, I'm going to cut off this rectangle. This is actually going to be the top, but for now, the purposes, it's the bottom. And then we're going to cut off all the rest of this. We're only leaving this one rectangle. And we're cutting all the rest of these off. All right, just like that. Get all of these out of here. Okay. Now I am going to take this and I am going to get a corner rounder. Use whatever quarter rounder you have. I have this We Are Memory Keepers Crocodile corner chomper, and it's got a 1/4 and a 1/2 inch, and I'm using the 1/2 inch side, and I'm just going to, I'm actually going to make sure that I got it all there. There we go. Just chop off, make sure it's in there good, the top of this one right here. Then we're also going to take and make sure you use the same 1/2 inch, and I'm chopping off or corner rounding the top of these 2 rectangles. All right, now we're going to get, I don't know if that helps at all. I'm just going to put glue on the outside of these because we're going to be using one of the, whichever one comes out the nicest. I'll show you in a second, but just put glue on the outside. You don't want to put it all over. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, I'm just putting glue on the outer edge of this paper. And then that's going to go on here. then I'm going to take this 3/4 inch punch. So you can use a punch, or you could use the Spotlight on Nature dies. You could use this one right here, and we only want the middle, so you could do that, but the punch works much easier. So I'm going to go down about 1/4, and I just noticed that I put these on upside down. Ooh, darn me. Okay, so just noticed that. What? No, I didn't. This one I did. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to leave that, and make sure that you put your lights going the correct direction, but I'm going to leave it for now, and I can cut another piece of designer series paper and punch it out later. Yeah. So you want to make sure that you don't see all these came apart, because we're going to be using one of these little squares for underneath the sentiment. Not squares, those are called circles. So we will get rid of those, and I will probably use this one right here, even though you're not going to be able to see it, but I'm going to keep both of them just in case. All right, so now we're going to take this just like this, and I'm going to put a couple pieces of tear and tape right here. Oh goodness, there we go. All right, so I'm going to put 2 pieces on that little rectangle, and then 2 pieces on this rectangle over here. I'm going to make a couple more of these for the guys at work. I usually make them some little sort of candy treat every year. So this is the little treat holder that I am going to be using for them this year. All right. All right, so you're going to take the backer paper off of that. All right, you're going to fold this right here and this one right here. So that's one piece that's like the back of your box. Then you're going to bring this side over, make sure that they're even, and I'm not going to burnish it down yet. And then we're going to wrap it around and stick it to this one on this side. So it's just basically a just wrap it around. Okay. All right, make sure you burnish that down good. All right, so now this is going to be the bottom of the box. Figure out which you want the front and which you want the bottom or the back. So this is going to be my back because my seam is over here, and this is also the paper that's upside down, which I will be replacing. So this is going to be my front, so I want to make sure I'm going to put these 2 in first, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. You could use your tear and tape if you want to. And I'm going to fold that down, and then we'll put some more glue on this one, and that will be the front of your box. So I'm going to take my bone folder and just stick that in there. All right, there we go. All right, so now we can take our little 3/4 by 6 3/4, and we're going to wrap this around. All right. So I am, for this, going to start in the front, because then we will cover that up. And I'm just going to do a little crease and then hold it. You got to hold it, otherwise it's going to slide all over. Make sure that the crease that you just did is in the right spot, and then fold it again. And make another crease. And then your last crease. And then you're going to be able to take your bone folder and just give all of those a good crease. And again, if you want to use the other side of the paper so that they are different, you can. I'm using the same side for this, and then I'm going to use the other side to wrap the candies. All right, make sure that the lights are going the right way. All right, so I want to make sure that my seam is in the front, because we're going to be covering that up with the little medallion on the front. All right, so I'm just going to put some glue on all of these. I'm not going to put a lot. I just want to make sure that's not going to slide anywhere. All right, so we're going to pick that up. And with the glue, you're going to be able to slide it anywhere that you want it. So has everybody got their Christmas decorations up yet? I had mine up last week. We just felt like doing it early. All right. So that's how that looks. There we go. Now we are going to take the little scrap of garden green, and I'm using the smallest from the Spotlight on Nature die. This has got the little like dots and dashes on it. Right, so we're just going to run that through there. And then this is what we have. I'm just going to get those off here real quick. No worries, that's just Moose. I have a grand pup that's now staying with me, so he barks at himself a lot. All right. This over here. Oh, somebody's here. All right, so I'm going to take one of those little circles and glue it onto here. That was a little much glue. Okay. All right. Then I'm taking just a, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stamp it on here, but there's the Joy. And this comes from Iconic Imagery. I'm just using this little Joy, but you could use the Peace or the Love, whichever one you want. And I'm using Real Red ink. And here's the Joy. see what happens here. Oh, I can't believe it, I did it. This piece is just a little over a quarter. I mean, just a little over a quarter. I'm going to take the medallion that we just made with a glue dot, not a glue dot, with a dimensional. I have the black ones here, it doesn't matter which one. Alright, and I'm going to put that right on the middle of the seam there. Then I'm going to take my joy and you could do a flag if you want. I'm really bad at that freehand, so I'm just doing it diagonal. So you just measure it however long or short you want it. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. And then that's going to go right in the middle. And again, it's got glue on it, so you can move it around a little bit. Okay. Then we are going to take, so for these 1x3 pieces, I am going to wrap, oh sorry, yeesh. I'm going to wrap the nuggets with these. I'm just going to do one. You don't need to watch me do all 4 of them. So I'm doing a little strip on each side. All right. Let me get my nuggets. All right, so I'm just going to take one for now. And we will take the backing off. And I just put that on here. Wrap that around snugly and then line it up in the back. And then that's going to go right in here. I'm going to do one more for you. So make sure you do it on the opposite side that you want your paper on the outside. All right. Take the backing off. Get another piece of chocolate. And you can snugly wrap this around just like that. And then that goes in there. So I'll wrap my other 2 off screen, but I also have to fix that. All right, so now for the ribbon, little ribbon up here. I have just used whatever you have that goes with this. So this is the silver and white, and I'm using about 6.5 inches. And then if you want to cut it off, then you have a little bit to cut off. So that's the silver and white. And then I have, that I just dropped on the floor. Oh, I didn't, it's right here. The natural polka dot trim, and this is on the clearance rack, so no, it's not. This is not the one that's on the clearance rack. This is an online exclusive. And then this is an online exclusive. But if you have retired ribbon, just use your retired ribbon. All right, and then I also used the Real Red and White Baker's Twine. So, all right. And then I just took them all together. Hunter, Hunter, Hunter. Every time he drops something. Hunter, can you please shut your door? Yes. No. Shut the door. Every time he dropped a Lego, I would say his name, so he couldn't hear me. All right. So we're just gonna tie this on here. Hopefully in the middle. And I guess we can still hear them. All right, so just like that. And I'm also going to try to, I want to make sure that the correct sides are out for the trims and the ribbon. So where did the other, oh. All right. No idea what I did there. Let's try that again. But I want to make sure that you can see both of the good sides from the front. These are kind of thick, so that's why I left a little extra, and if you wanted cut them off, you can. I keep grabbing something and I'm not sure. Goodness sakes, what's going on here? I had no problem with the other one. Okay, that one, that one, that one, and there. Okay, maybe I should have cut the burlap one a little bit longer. My goodness sakes. I'm just having a heck of a time here. I'm going to cut the burlap one just a little bit longer. I don't know what the deal is, but it's just not liking that. Let's try that again. All right. And it's not like it's hard to do. Okay. And the white. And the trim, or the twine. All right. Let's try this again. Put that through the hole. And I know it's always harder to do things when you are filming, always. But I mean, I just did that one yesterday and had absolutely no problem with it. All right. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe this. I'm gonna probably cut all this out or fast forward or something. I don't know. All right. There we go. Hui. My goodness. That was a struggle. All right. I'll just get these out a little bit. I am going to cut them down just a tad. Better. All right, so there we go. Goodness, that was a struggle in itself. So that is how you make the 4 nugget little treat box. And then this is the one that I had made for Thanksgiving, and the one that is on the front of the packaging. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment below. I'll be happy to answer them. All supplies can be purchased except for the nuggets through my online store at happystamp.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.